turn this bad boy on. Wow, first of all, this is not Evercade content. Yes, this is not Evercade. Evercade is the focus of the channel. I'd say 90% of the channel. But, you know, there's other things I like to talk about and other things I like to, you know, play around with. And so what better way to kick off the not Evercade playlist on the EverCanadian by talking a little bit about my initial thoughts on the Astro City V. Yes, I just got this bad boy a few weeks ago, almost a month now, so I've been playing it quite a bit, and I wanted to really kind of dive into it before I gave my initial thoughts. And, you know, this system is a Tate mode mini arcade based on the Astro City V arcade machines from Japan. I imported this from Japan. It's got a bunch of games. You can see me going through here. There's tons of games. Some classics like Raiden, Truxton. You know, there's tons of games here. They're shoot 'em ups mostly, but there are some run and gunners too. We'll get into the options menu. You can see the option menu is pretty fleshed out here. It's got a lot of good settings in there. The volume setting is not bad. I like to keep it at 4. You can change some wallpapers. It is what you kind of expect in a mini arcade machine these days. It has a lot of features here. I've not explored them all, but you know, for me, I got this to play games. I do love mini consoles. I think for me, they offer something that traditional consoles and modern consoles don't offer, because you have a control stick, you have the buttons, you got the feel of an arcade machine in your hands, and they don't take up a lot of space. I don't have enough space to put an arcade 1-up or a full-size machine, so that's why I really like these minis. And I've been a fan of mini consoles like this for a while now, so I picked this one up. I was lucky enough to get it. So we're going to play some games here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Truxton first of all. You know, never really was a big fan of this game back in the arcade. I never really played a lot. I was a 1943 guy. I love those. 1942, which is not quite as good, and you know, 1945 is on this device, and you'll see it in just a little bit. But this is a really fun game. Now, a lot has been said in early reviews in this machine about button lag. As you're seeing there now, I'm using. They have 2 types of button presses. You can have continuous fire, and you can have just regular button presses. Now, you will get button lag if you don't have the proper USB connection, right? You need to look at the back of the box and have the proper USB connection. There is a little bit of lag. But as you can see in this video, it plays perfectly fine for most of the games I've played. Now, I, again, am not the best at identifying button lag, but for me, you're going to see when I'm pressing, this is all captured. I captured it in 4K. At 30 frames per second this video, so it is outputting at 1080p 30 frames per second, just because 4K and YouTube, they don't get along really well and takes forever to process. But back to the machine. I mean, Truxton plays really good on it. Now, I'm just going through a few of these games. I might do a follow-up video on this as I explore more games, but I just wanted to share a smattering of the ones I did get a chance to play. And for the most part, it's a pretty cool little device. It's not for everyone, though. If you're not a fan of Tate mode games, of shoot 'em up games, vertical shoot 'em ups especially, this is not your cup of tea. It's not like the Taito Egret 2 where you can spin the actual screen. This one here is a fixed screen. You can rotate the screen via software, but physically you cannot. As you can see, like, you know, I've got auto fire going on here in this game. And you can see it's fairly responsive, and I love vertical shoot 'em up. So this was made for me. I had to jump on this system as soon as I heard it came out. I was just having a blast. Now, let's talk about the joystick and button feel. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I mean, this is a sub $200 system, Canadian. I got it from Amazon Japan, so I didn't have to really pay any duty or anything like that, which is really good for Canada. And it has traditional load and save state, so I take advantage of that. I wish there was more. There's only 2. But I take advantage of that in a mini console system as much as I can. But like, the joystick feels really good. It's really responsive, the joystick. The buttons feel good. I mean, they're not what you'd get in a proper arcade machine. You know, they're not of that quality. But for the average gamer, the one who just want to play this for, you know, 20-30 minutes of a game session, it works perfectly well. And back to the audio's pretty good on it. The speakers are built in. it sounds pretty good. It's not like fantastic hi-fi Sonos quality sound, but you know, it's pretty decent. It has HDMI out. It has all those things. I'm not really getting into that because I never really do that with my mini consoles. I just want to play them the way I'm playing them right now, with my chubby little fingers, playing like that. That's what I got them for, and it's great because it's just, you know, pretty easy pick up and play. So the variety of the games so far is pretty cool. Mostly vertical shoot 'em ups. There are some run and gunners, and I'll get to those in just a little bit. But yeah, for right now, I actually really enjoy what I've got here. Again, if you're very sensitive to any type of input lag, you probably want to stay away from this. And the problem with mini consoles, there's not a lot of opportunities to update the firmware. There is none really on this system. So kind of get what you get, right? But this is one of my favorite style games to play, are these vertical run and gunners. I love these style of games. I've loved them from the beginning. These are one of my favorite genres to play. And this is a pretty fun game too. So, you know, there's a lot to love on this system. And I feel, again, that for the price point, if it was a little bit more affordable, it would be kind of a must-buy for vertical shoot 'em up fans. But because of the price point that it is, I feel that, you know, you really need to do your homework before you go and buy this. And you should be doing your homework on any system you go and buy, to be honest with you. Whether it's the Evercade, whether it's like a mini console like Sega Mega Drive 2, you know, any of the new independent game consoles coming out, like the Playdate, stuff like that. Do your research because you want to, right? So I ordered this because I love mini consoles. I wanted it in my collection. But when I actually, while I was waiting to receive it, I watched quite a few reviews out there, and so I knew what I was getting when I got into it. Some people were talking about some input lag. But again, I've not experienced the major amount like some YouTubers have. I've got the proper supply hooked in, and it's been really, really good. I've not had anything where I'd say this is crap. I'm just not. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's crap. I think it's fine. And but again, if you own it, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I've not gotten to the game yet that's really bad, but for the ones I've played, it's pretty darn good. So you can see quite a few games on here. I'm going to jump into 1945 in just a little bit because I am a huge 1943 fan, but 1945 is pretty fun too. And why I became a 1943 fan is one of the few games I actually owned back in the day on my NES. So I'm jumping right into it already save state. So you can see I've been playing this game already quite a bit. And I just wanted to jump in and show you some of the fun that's to be had in this system. And you can see right now this one doesn't have any input lag, not that I can notice anyway. Again, I am not like in tune with that. Like I am not the biggest judger of frame rate in retro games either. Like I can kind of get the obvious ones, but maybe I'm just too old. I don't know. But yeah, 1945 plays quite well and quite fun. So my initial thoughts on this: is it a must-buy? Absolutely not. Is it a impulse buy? No. Like I wouldn't rush to go get this unless you are a vertical shoot 'em up fan. It's built for that. Again, though, there's no upgradability on it. You can't add more games, so you know, buyer beware. It is what it is when it comes to mini consoles in general, right? There's only a few out there. The Amiga 500 is the mini, is the one, and the Commodore 64 mini. You can upgrade the crap out of that, and you can add all your ROMs. I'm sure this will get hacked eventually, and if it does, people will enjoy it for that. But otherwise, I'm happy with my purchase. I've been playing it quite a bit. Again, though, it scratches that vertical shoot 'em up itch that I have. Otherwise, I want to thank you for hanging out on the channel. Again, this is the EverCanadian. And it's a play on words because I'm a huge fan of the Evercade. So there's tons of Evercade content, tons and tons of Evercade content. But you're going to see the smattering of non-Evercade content. But it's still going to be video games, still going to be initial impressions, some unboxing, some stuff like that. Because I just want to share that and talk to the community about it. Once again, I am Pete. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe, smash that like button. You know the drill. Thanks a lot.